it's Heather with Live, Eat, Be Well, and today I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can use apples. So my CSA had a huge thing of like 40 pounds of apples on sale, so I bought them, and then eating 40 pounds of apples, just eating them, not so easy. So I'm going to show you some ways that I've been using apples. I'm going to show you a smoothie recipe, I'm going to show you an applesauce recipe, and I'm going to show you a salad dressing recipe. Okay, so to get started, I'm going to use my Vitamix, but you can also use your food processor. You don't have to have a Vitamix to do this. Okay, so I'm going to show you applesauce. We're going to start with 6. These are pretty small apples, so 6 apples. Whew, 6 apples. Okay, then we're going to do the juice of half a lemon. Okay, the lemon keeps it from turning brown and oxidizing. That's it. You can make applesauce just like that. You turn it to about a medium speed if you want chunkier, high speed if you want cream, really fine applesauce, and that's it. But the great thing about making your own applesauce is you can use lots of add-ins. So I'm going to eat this for lunch today, so I want to show you what I'm going to add in. The first thing I have here is a teaspoon of vanilla and a pinch of cinnamon and what's smaller than a pinch? A dash, a skosh, a teensy weensy bit of nutmeg. Just because I like the flavor of nutmeg, but my kids aren't really big fans of it with nutmeg, so they just like it with cinnamon. Okay, so that's what I'm going to add in there. My movie cut out, and now I'm back. I'm also going to add 2 frozen bananas. And I'm adding the bananas in because I just want to add a little bit to this, but you could put in peaches, you could put in strawberries, cherries, blueberries, blackberries, pretty much anything. You could even put in some spinach and it pretty much masks the taste of it. So whatever you want, you can add into this lovely homemade applesauce. So now I'm just going to blend it up. Okay, so I made my applesauce super blendy, creamy. I don't think it's going to fit in that bowl. I need a bigger bowl. Time out while I find a bigger bowl. I'm back with a bigger bowl. Okay, so I made mine super creamy because I'm going to have it for lunch, and that's how I like to have my lunch. So I'm going to put it into my bowl. Now you can put this into mason jars and keep it in the fridge. It lasts for about a week. So let me do a quick taste test, which is always nice to do. The apples and bananas, it's so sweet. It tastes like candy. It's so good. And there's no added sugar in here. There's no dates, there's no nothing, just apples and bananas. Okay, so I'll see you at my next recipe. Okay, so for my next recipe, I'm gonna make a delicious, yummy, terrific, oil-free salad dressing. Okay, so I'm gonna start with 2 apples. And I'm going to make this in my Vitamix, but you don't have to. You can process your apples in a food processor, or you could simply use regular applesauce. So if you're not going to use whole apples, it's about half a cup of applesauce. Then we're going to have 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. So I don't actually have any apple cider vinegar right now, but what I do have is this lovely apple cider vinegar that I flavored with garlic. So I'm going to use that. So 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Okay. Next, I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. And if you don't like vinegar, you could have instead, if you are on the I don't eat vinegar crowd, you could use lemon juice. So I would use probably the juice of a whole lemon if it were me, but you could do whatever you want. So 2 tablespoons of balsamic. All right, next we're gonna use 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Now, I almost didn't add this in because I'm having a raw food day today, and Dijon mustard isn't technically raw, but you know, it's yummy, so really add something to this recipe. 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, okay? 1 teaspoon of cumin. Now, cumin is one of my favoriteest spices. It's so smoky and delicious, and I really think it adds that sort of umami-ish flavor that you really desire. It's quite delicious. Then I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, which is basically like a dash. I don't even know if I'm going to add that whole thing. I think I'm going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon. 1/8 of a teaspoon of cinnamon. Next, I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Now, I didn't add this one time because I was like, apples are so sweet. I don't think I need the maple syrup. But you know, it really just takes it over the top. It makes it taste like fall, and I love that. And then my final ingredient is I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of white miso. I would use white or yellow. Miso is great because it's a fermented food. Fermented foods are good for us for our probiotic sort of situation. Okay, then I'm going to blend that up if I can find my lid. Now, I blended it for probably about 30 seconds, which is longer than I might normally, but I want to make sure the apples got really blended. So what am I going to do with this dressing? You can put it on anything really, baked potatoes, salad, anything. What I'm going to do is make a massage kale salad. So what I have here is 1 head of kale that I stripped off of its little backbone, spine, and then I have a spoon. I'm going to put some, maybe not all of it, but I'm going to put some. What you can do is put it in a mason jar, put it in a salad dressing holder, whatever you have, and it stores in the fridge. I use it all the time, so I never run out. It never goes bad because I use it so much. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of it on to my kale. I used about, so good. Half the recipe. Okay, then I'm going to massage this just, oh here you can't see. I'm going to massage this just like you would your loved one's back or someone you're really angry at. You're going to really want to get in there. Just get massaging. And what that's going to do is wilt down the lettuce, make it really palatable to eat. Okay, so I massaged the salad for about 3 or 4 minutes until it's just kind of wilty. I don't like mine too wilty, but the longer you massage it, the more kind of breakdown it's going to have in those cell walls of this kind of tough plant. So, super delicious. It's so good. Love it. I hope you try it out. See you on my next recipe. Alright, for my third recipe, I'm going to make a smoothie. So what I want to do is start with my apples that I have, and I'm going to juice them in my juicer. This is just kind of an inexpensive juicer. If you don't have one, you can just blend it. But I'm going to juice these, and I'm going to try to get to about 2 full cups of apple juice. see, I have 2 gigantic cups of apple juice, and I'm just going to pour that right into my blender. Next, I'm going to add 2, if I can get 2 out of here, 2 frozen bananas. They're stuck together. 2 frozen bananas. Awesome. Okay. Then, this is going to be kind of a small smoothie. I work tonight, and I'm going to drink this on my way to work. So, it's just kind of a medium-sized. Sorry for that cutout. I had trouble opening up my next ingredient. So, the next ingredient I'm going to add is some vanilla bean. So, what I'm going to do, because I'm using a high-speed blender, I'm just going to take and cut off a little piece of vanilla bean and just toss it in there. But if you don't have a high-speed blender, then you can just scrape out the vanilla bean. If vanilla bean is too expensive for you, then you can just use vanilla extract. It's fine, no matter how you decide to go about it. It's going to taste just fine. So those are the ingredients I'm going to put in for now. I'm going to taste it and see how I like it afterward. Because I put the whole vanilla bean in there, and nobody wants to grab a chunk of vanilla bean in their juice. So I made a super runny smoothie. And you might be like, smoothies, that's more like a juice with banana in it, which is true. Because I'm going to be drinking this while I'm on my way to work, and I don't like it to be too chunky because then it's just complicated for me while I'm driving. So I like it to be more like a drink. That's good. Delicious. You could also add a sprinkle of cinnamon or pumpkin pie spice, apple pie spice, anything you'd like. So I hope that these 3 recipes for what you can do if you find apples on sale like I did help you. If you like my video, click like. If you like it, click subscribe. If you don't like it, tell me why in the comments. If you have any questions, comment. And until I see you next time, live, eat, and be well. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel and check out my Facebook page and website.